2001, April 22nd, in Alvaro Obregón, Mexico City. It's just a borough called Alvaro. A 18-year-old girl named Selene Delgado Lopez, sometimes also called Teresa Fidalgo, which sounds like an anagram of her name, went missing. On Channel 5, they did a public service announcement about this on that day or after. Finding out exact information about this for some very, very stupid and also technical reasons is very difficult. Some of the community service announcement broadcasts from 2001 onward, because they kept repeating it because she wasn't found immediately, also included an unrelated set of images that sometimes would get swapped in. At least that's the claim you see on YouTube. This also included, again on YouTube as a claim, a police sketch, an identikit sketch where you composite a face together from pieces from a selection, of a serial killer named Derrick Todd Lee, Baton Rouge serial killer. This may have ran after the Channel 5 PSA about Selene Delgado Lopez, which was almost always exclusively listed as Selene Delgado only. But it has nothing to do with her. And also, I want to point out that virtually every video and every website source you might bring up, I can't find any that are outside of this, are faking the association. I'm not kidding. Someone decided to create a scary video where it would glitch in a picture of this guy that's obviously a composite done with an identikit, which means it looks uncanny valley creepy, and also very much shows you a composite of faces because it's a compositing kit. And then juxtaposing it with a poor quality picture, probably from a yearbook or from a family photo of Selena or Selene. She's not a Nextbot image meme or a creepypasta or a picture from the back rooms or whatever, and she's definitely not that composite sketch of a man who ended up being a serial killer. She's a person who was announced on Canal, or Channel 5, El Servicio dela Comuidad, community service announcement on Channel 5. They would do this a lot like in the United States we would have pictures of kids or people on milk jugs, on the sides of a milk jug. The videos I can find where someone did not add any video effects, meaning they weren't doing creativity, meaning they were providing evidence that we could go look up. The videos that don't show any of those glitches or any other things that really make it obvious they're playing up some bullshit just show what is obviously a public service announcement about a missing person, April 22nd, 2001. It's the earliest mentioning of it. They don't include all the details on screen like you should. I want to point out that this was the TV and multimedia channel, sort of an empire at the time, but it included an email address that went to televisia.com.mx, which is not available anymore, or at least not really. I mean, the email might actually work, but you get the idea. And it was Servicio Comuidad, community service, at televisia.com.mx. Repeating, the picture from the video games has nothing to do with her. Calling her Selene or Selena, calling it that, that's not acceptable. This individual has no reason to be believed didn't exist and wasn't missing. And it should be pointed out that the claim everybody's making, which I find no one refuting, is that Channel 5 persisted in showing her being missing because she was missing for a very long time and included her trying to help find her. They didn't give up for a long time, which is commendable if people are accurate about that. I want to point out something here. What's worse than going missing and not being found? Having a bunch of nitwits on the internet claim you never existed. Yeah, that kind of makes you feel like shit if you did it, or if you wish to believe it. We live in a time of not disinformation, but post-fact, not truth, where we use the word truth as a substitute for hard facts. Why would a television channel, national or otherwise, broadcast something that is patently false using a picture that is, because it was done as a glamour photo maybe, although it's so low-res I can't tell, but putting up a low-res, easily confused with thousands of other people picture, which means everybody can complain, take my picture down. Why would they dare do that? And then put up a name, Selene Delgado Lopez, which is not a unique name set. By the way, it's always listed on screen as Selene Delgado, or Selena Delgado I've seen, but it's Selene Delgado. Why would a news channel or TV station that presumably has to be licensed risk their license or risk a lawsuit in 2001 by putting up a faked image of a person using a name, arguably a name that's very generic, and a face that, because it's so low res, could be confused with thousands of other people? They wouldn't. This was a person who really existed. No, it's not a composite put together from other images because you need to somehow squeeze in a picture of a mass murderer, by the way, a poorly done composite, by pointing out that a composite looks like a composite. Yeah, because it was done from a compositing kit. Meanwhile, the picture of this lady, 18-year-old girl who went missing in a borough of Mexico City, there's no indication she didn't exist. And creating memes about her, again, I'm going to repeat this. What if your kid went missing and then suddenly the internet decided to say your kid never existed? Yes, I'm invoking something that caused Alex Jones to go to court and lose a fuck ton of money. Every one of you out there that has posted a video repeating this lie about a person who really existed is that close to going through a lawsuit, and your channel is easily taken down. You're spreading misinformation about a person, presumably a living person, a biography of a living person, or not living. You're doing something that, because it was announced on, we could assume maybe national television, or at least announced locally, would involve you misinterpreting on purpose information that was part of public data to find someone who's missing person. That's the equivalent to messing with an Amber Alert in the United States and fucking things up and making it harder to find somebody. Yes, I know it's decades ago, but it doesn't matter. Now I want to point out something important. Virtually, this is something a lot of conservatives don't like talking about because they need a meme where it's a mean world syndrome and people go missing every day because Hillary Clinton eats baby brains. The majority of people who go missing are found within a few days. And what's the point of making an announcement that someone's not missing and not endangered? A lot of the time, people don't contact the police and tell them, yeah, we found our kid, because it's another step to go through. Just if they come by and say, yeah, we found them, and then they just close the case. They don't make a major announcement of the 99% of people who go missing being found. When you see that missing 411 meme on the internet, it's based on them taking advantage of the fact that most people don't contact the police or have the local news channel publicly announce someone's been found, because that seems like a waste of bandwidth. Except that fuels the mean world syndrome where 10,000 children go missing every day and they're all used to make baby oil or something. We don't do the other half of the follow-through, even on an official level, in any country I know of. Now, I'm going to talk about the post-fact versus truth world we're in. Something that is demonstratively true or demonstratively false gets ignored because someone is allowed to say whatever they want to, believe whatever they want to, and you don't want to hurt their id and ego or devalue them because they're simply wrong about something. Someone saying 2 + 2 = 5 doesn't get told you're wrong because we don't want to discourage them from trying. I know that sounds like I'm saying everyone gets a participation trophy and I'm against it, and it makes me sound like some really obnoxious conservative. But there is some merit to not saying that every single person who shows up to your local school meeting or planning commission meeting who's wearing literally a tinfoil hat and bunny ears should be listened to. Not everybody has a valuable thing to contribute. I don't care if you like that. I don't care if it bugs you. My channel is evidence of the fact that I can scream into the void and nobody really has to pay attention to me. No one owes me respect for being an idiot on the internet or an idiot in person. Not all sides deserve equal merit or equal consideration. But because we're in a post-whatever we want to call it world, but post-truth is the name that's used, it's not post-truth, it's post-fact. We're now in the truthy universe where everybody's entitled to not their opinion, but their own version of reality and truth. You're entitled to express an opinion. You are not entitled to demand that we accept it, listen to it, or give it respect. What has this got to do with some girl who went missing? 99% of the videos, over 800 of them apparently at the last count, naming a person who really literally existed and went missing in 2001, saying that their face matches a mass murderer, that they never existed, that it's all part of a glitch in the Matrix, because it's a fun subject for the back rooms. Except this is a real flesh and blood person who went missing for a while and apparently stayed missing because it kept being reposted, or went missing, was found later, probably changed her name later when she got married or not, but is sitting there somewhere with her friends and neighbors either needling her about it, or maybe she doesn't know it's happened, and she's turned into a meme depicting her not as her face even anymore, but to say she didn't really exist, and then substituting her face for mass murderers. You understand why this might be something that might make the hair on the back of my neck stand up? This is how I'm seen on video. This is how the icon on my YouTube channel looks. A variation thereof of this. Because I noticed that my previous set of glasses had concave lenses. Biconcave, not convex. That meant that any light would focus in the middle and look like my eyes were glowing balls in the space. It was a neat visual effect. What did I get turned into? By memesters. In the post-fact, called post-truth, but truthy universe we're in. Oh, that means that if you see one of them lit up, oh, that's one-eyed symbology or with the Illuminati. If both of them are lit up, oh, that's a sign that, whatever they made up. If I'm not wearing my glasses in the icon, that meant something else. There was no possibility of me winning an argument against a bunch of persistent liars that call themselves truthers. Because I debunked their conspiracy theories, including the one Alex Jones went around. Again, emphasis added. People claiming this person never existed. Selene Delgado Lopez never existed in 2001 and never went missing because invent some conspiracy theory because it fits a backrooms or a Roblox or a next spot image meme macro. That sounds a fuck ton like Alex Jones lying about a bunch of children that were murdered. Doesn't it? Because that's the exact claim. Identical. And that resulted in family members of people who lost their children being hounded and threatened with death. Now, I don't think that's going to happen in her case. But maybe the reason we're not being given an update is because they saw that shit happen and they're not even going to go near explaining any of this. I'm sure the news station has data, but I know that they've been told don't bother. And again, if you post these lies about somebody, you're opening yourself up for a lawsuit, worst case scenario, or having your channel taken down or having the data taken down eventually. Anyway, if you've seen the girl, I'm going to include an image or link with a bunch of links to the data. And if you know anything about it, you might want to contact the police department in Mexico City. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck.